Hi there survivors, welcome back. This is the Immortal Adrian. We're doing Ark Survival Evolved for beginners. This is episode 9. In the last episode we crafted a mortar and pestle, and we also started crafting spark powder and narcotic, which we will use a little bit later on. We're not quite up to the point where we can build a preserving bin. Let me see, where's that? It's a ways down. 18. Okay, we're not there yet, but that's okay. Waterskin. That's pretty simple. Hide and fibre. So let's come and grab a little bit more hide. We'll take half of that. Crafting, and here's our waterskin. Right click, craft 1. Now I quite often craft 2 or 3, but we'll start with 1. Go to our inventory, and here's our 1, and I put this in slot 8. And the reason I don't put anything in slot 0 is slot 0 is a special slot for taming certain animals. You put your berries or your meat or whatever you're going to tame in slot 0, and then some of the animals get tamed that way. So now that we've got our water skin in slot 8, we come up to the water, and instead of pushing the E key, we push the number 8. We have a drink, but it also fills our water. Now if we have a look, our water is good, and down the bottom here our water skin is full of water. So next time we get thirsty, we don't have to go down to the water. We can just hang around home and have a drink. Now this is the idea. When we start wandering around and having a look and getting away from our base and getting away from the water supply, we need that water on us so we don't die of thirst, because you need to drink constantly in this game. Now I've deliberately not gone very far because it's dangerous. This is a safe little peninsula. The worst thing that'll get us here are those little dillos, and everything else is pretty tame, pretty calm. So most people get killed because they go wandering off too far. We will go for a walk soon enough, but for now we're going to hang around here. Now we're going to make the next thing. Shall we make a bow and an arrow? We'll make a bow and an arrow. So we need some flint and thatch. We've got no flint left, I used it all. We need some wood here. So let's just go for a little run. We'll grab some flint, which is this rock over here. And these rocks have all been consumed, but there's a couple up on the hill here. Get our pick and we'll go for it. Get some flint. Oops, what just happened then? Pegomastax stole something from me. So these little guys are thieves. They hurt you a little bit, but their biggest issue is they take things from you. Now I'm going to take my spear out. I'm going to chase him down. I'm going to kill him. Killed him. Now if we go near him and E, access the inventory, that's what he stole from me. He stole the tinto berries and he stole the mijo seeds. The tinto berry seed and the mijo seed. So and the bonus is I'm going to skin him. We've got 15 hide and 12 raw meat. Right, now where was I? That's right, I was getting some flint. Now I can go here and get the flint because I'm using a pick, and I'm going to get flint, a little bit of stone, and occasionally some metal. There's one. There's some more metal. And it's worth doing this because we're going to need quite a bit more metal as the game progresses. Now I might have a bit of thatch and a bit of wood, which I don't have any of, so I'm going to have to go back to the base to fix my pick. But I think I've got enough to go on with. First thing I'm going to do is put the metal back, and then thatch. And what else did I need? 1 wood. I'll take half of that. So now I can fix repair my pick, and think about making a bow and arrow. Now arrow, we need one. It's going to take 15 wood and 50 fibre. We'll make one of those. One bow. The arrow, we need several of. I can make 49. I'm just going to make 15 for now, and they're pretty quick. They come up pretty quick, and of course, as usual, you get a few points every time you craft one. And I'm going to take the bowler out of slot 5. Hang on, let's go back to our inventory firstly. Take the bowler out of slot 5 and put our bow in slot 5. And it says we got 0 of 15, which means that we've got 15 arrows that we can use. And I don't know what the 0 means actually, but there's 15. Okay, it's starting to get dark. In my experience in this game, the video doesn't show up very well, so I'm going to gamma up to about 4 and make it a little bit brighter so that you can see. So next thing we're going to do, we've got the engrams for the standing torch. You might remember from the last episode, we spent the points to get this standing torch engram. So if we go to our crafting and have a look for it, there it is. 1 flint, 1 stone, 8 thatch and 3 wood. And I seem to have enough materials to make 3. So I'm going to craft those 3. And I'm not going to put them into these slots here. I'm just going to, the same as the arrow, it sits in my inventory. Let me just put the meat and berries back. Put the meat and these berries. Actually, I'll take this meat and I'll take some wood. Just 26 wood. And we'll come out here and we're going to cook that. So first, just up this hill a little bit. Right click. I'll hit the I key, right click the standing torch and place 1. You can see there it is in front of me. I'm just going to put it here. And standing torch, we have to open its inventory and put some wood in there or some fuel. It can either be wood or thatch, whatever you got the most of. Now I put wood in there because wood creates, I'm going to split this in half, wood creates charcoal and we can light the fire. And now we got some extra light. As it gets darker we can see a bit better. So what I like to do is on one side of the beach I'll put another torch, right click place, put that there, open it up and put the wood in there, light the fire. Now that was all my wood, so I'm going to come in here, grab a bit more wood. I'll dump the stone, I don't need that right now. Come over to this side of the beach. Right click, I key, right click the torch, place and boom, put it there, open it up and I'll split this a couple of times. I'll put about 13 wood in this fire. So now if we come back, I'll gamma back down to what we should have, and this is what nighttime usually looks like, but we can actually get a bit of an idea of where we are. Now if we happen to go walking up the beach in the dark and we get lost and we can't see a thing, we can see that torch. You can also see the green drop in the background and the red obelisk, which I'll explain later, but we can see our fireplace. We can see our standing torch. Another standing torch, and here's our fireplace. So let's have a look in here. We got 5 wood. I'll put a bit more wood. I'll put our meat and we'll have a bit of a barbecue and cook up some more meat. Okay, I'm going to eat a couple of bits of meat that I've got in here. Now you'll see things happen. It's saying you're not eating any of these. It's food and it can be eaten. If you accidentally eat spoiled meat, you will get sick. But if you're starving, you can actually eat that, and instead of starving to death, you will be poisoned, but it'll keep you alive just a little bit longer. It's strange setup. So that's where we are on this episode. We're going to shut it down now. And thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again in the next episode. Take care.